Welcome if this your first time on the channel. Today we listening to Kyrie Irving talk about why he left the Cleveland Cavaliers. It came to my knowledge that people still don't know the truth. So I got Colin Cowherd and Rob Parker talking about exactly why Kyrie left Cleveland and LeBron. Because people think Kyrie is just the bad guy because he left Cleveland. Like he even just wanted to leave Cleveland. No. That's not how it happened. He found some valuable information out, and that's what made him leave Cleveland. So we're going to listen to the audio of those two things. Make sure you subscribe if this is your first time here. Click that like button. That's how they push the video. Let's go.
Somebody said if you don't like playing with LeBron, you wouldn't like playing with Kobe. Bro, you guys got to stop these narratives, man. It's not that I didn't like playing with Bron, you guys. And, I don't want to go into detail about it. Some of y'all comments just be so asinine.
They don't know.
Bro, like when I was in Cleveland and I was a young player, I had no idea Bron was going to come back. Yeah, I had no idea that Cleveland was going to welcome him back. After the shit I witnessed when I was 18 years old and I had to watch him leave Cleveland, I don't think you guys realize the depths of that. And during that time when I was in Cleveland, I had no say-so in what was going on. I was just a young player. I signed my max deal with Cleveland. I had no idea, man. I found out that Bron was coming back like the rest of you guys. The rest of you guys in the world. I had no inclination. I had no time to prepare. It's not that it was on my bingo card like, hey, I'm going to spend my career playing with Bron. Like, I had no idea, guys. And just for somebody giving that comment, I appreciate you allowing me to go detailing it because the reason why I say I would have loved to play with Cole, because I would have loved to have started my career with, I love Cleveland, don't get me wrong. I'm appreciative of all the things that they've done for me, but at the same time, I would have loved to choose the franchise I wanted to go to. You know what I'm saying? I would have loved to develop next to some of my favorite players and some of my favorite people. Because being a young player, when you're on a team that's not winning a lot of games, there's a lot of bad habits that form. And that's what ended up happening to me when I was very young. I had a lot of bad habits. I was not a winner. I was not a good loser, at all. Like, I take my accountability. I had a lot of bad habits as a young player. And that came from losing games and just trying to get buckets all the time. Right? I know it may have been beautiful for everybody to watch and getting all the highlights and getting all the accolades, but all I really wanted to do was win. I've won a high school championship. You know what I mean? My goal was to win a college championship, and I've won an NBA championship. For me, I've grown up in this industry or grown up in this culture as a winner. I've won a lot of games. I've lost a lot of games. You know what I mean? I've been to the finals. I've won in the finals. I've lost in the finals multiple times. So for me, I'm happy with being able to get a chance to play with good teams. But when you guys make it about one player, it is kind of just weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just one player that you have to promote. Like, we had solid players on our team. And I probably took that for granted more often. Like, when we were really good, I was like, damn, we're actually pretty good. We got a lot of veterans. We got a lot of people that commit to it. But when you're playing with somebody like Bron or somebody that you guys like to compare him to, it's a different animal. It's a different journey. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're automatically expected to be at the top of the charts, the top of the league. Every time you play with Bron, it's going to be a lot of media attention. It's going to be a lot of back and forth of narratives. It's going to be about a lot of spun narratives. It's going to be a lot of politics. It's going to be a lot of shit that a lot of people don't see in front of the camera. And for me, I was just a young person trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? It's not that I disliked playing with Bron at any time. It was just literally, it was my time to move on.
So he didn't go too far in depth. But you see, he's saying it's going to be a lot of media, spinning narratives. That is the LeBron media, where you going to take the blame. Kevin Love was in a mental hospital. Tyronn Lue had to go to the hospital during this time. But when you playing with LeBron, you going to get the blame. And then when he win, they going to give all the glory to him. Even when you Kyrie Irving, even when you hit the shot, it's dudes right now today that act like LeBron James' block is better or was more valuable than Kyrie Irving hitting the shot. This stuff is crazy. Literally crazy. But it's dudes that act like that. That's like acting like Michael Jordan stealing the ball from Karl Malone is more impressive than him hitting the shot. You never heard anybody say that Michael Jordan stealing the ball, that was the thing that was so impressive. They don't do that. People just come with this crazy stuff, but Kyrie Irving didn't want to go all the way in. But he was alluding to some things, right? Like, yo, it'd be a lot of stuff behind the scenes going on. And this is where we get to Colin Cowherd and Rob Parker. They have a conversation about this that truly exposes exactly why Kyrie Irving wanted to leave the Cleveland Cavaliers. And he did it like how he did it. Him and LeBron was cool a month earlier. And then Kyrie just came out, didn't tell LeBron he was leaving. Just like, hey, I want to leave Cleveland. And then he left. But let's listen to them get into this. This is going to blow your mind.
So my first takeaway, I'm going to throw it out there if you've not heard, which is I think this is a career-defining mistake by Kyrie. I think it will be a blip for LeBron. When you're the greatest of all time, Brady, Michael, Peyton Manning, everything else just gets overwhelmed. I mean, Michael wasn't the best dude. He was a horrible GM, but he's the GOAT. Brady's got Spygate. He's got Deflategate, the kid out of wedlock. He's the GOAT. I don't think 10 years, 15, 20 years from now, we're talking about Kyrie left LeBron. I think his plaudits and his accomplishments will overwhelm it. I think Kyrie will never play with anybody as good as LeBron and will never have it this good. He never has to guard the best player, and the best player never guards him, and he shoots more than LeBron. I think it's a massive mistake. But you, Rob Parker, have information to unveil.
I do, Colin.
Okay.
My CWPFs, you know what that is?
What?
Close, warm, personal friends out in Cleveland.
Warm?
Yes, they are warm.
Like alive?
Like alive, and I know who they are.
That was an interesting warm.
Right? But they tell me this is it, and this makes sense to me, that Kyrie found out that after they won the championship, LeBron wanted Kyrie traded for Chris Paul.
2 years ago.
2 years ago, right?
That
wanted
is.
him traded. And I think that he found this out, and it cut him deep, and there's no trust. This makes sense on why Kyrie would want to move on and want to move away from the greatest player on the planet. Colin, you know this. Think about your own personal situation. If you thought the guy who you just went to battle with and won a championship with wanted to ditch you right after that for one of his best friends, it would hurt you.
Yes.
Okay. So that makes sense on why Kyrie has decided, I'm not going to be left at the altar again by LeBron when he decides to do whatever he wants to do and bail on Cleveland like he bailed before, like he bailed in Miami, right? I'm going to do my own thing.
And this is one of the biggest problems with LeBron. Kyrie left because he tried to trade him. So when I look at LeBron's career, it ain't just the Kyrie thing. Rob Parker was getting into the Miami, him leaving there. I look at LeBron's career and I go, okay, this guy has finagled, did all this stuff behind the scenes. He had Anthony Davis quit on his team to go join him in LA. Literally hurt Anthony Davis' career, his legacy. But hey, that don't matter. Come join me in LA. All of the trades he did. Before he went to LA, he traded like his whole team. When Dwayne Wade was playing for the Cavs, he traded Dwayne Wade and a couple more people and got a whole new cast in. That's LeBron. Kevin Love, mental issues. Chris Bosh. That's the person they blamed in Miami. Russell Westbrook took all the blame in LA. They just blamed Luka when they lost in LA. That's his media. That's what he do. And when he did all this throughout his career, all the finagling and backdoor stuff, he got less championships than Kobe Bryant, Tim Duncan, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, and Kareem. But they didn't have to do all of that. They didn't have to just bounce around, stack teams behind the deck, have people quit on their team. They didn't do all of that. LeBron did. And he got busted by Kyrie Irving. And Kyrie Irving was like, oh, you know what? Okay, that's how you want to play it. You want to trade me after I done won us a championship, hitting a big shot? You want to bite the hand that feeds you? All right, I'm gone. And he left. That's why Kyrie Irving left. But let's address one more thing before I get up out of here. At the beginning of this, Kyrie Irving was talking about him and Kobe. Could he play with Kobe? Of course he could play with Kobe. He would have been better playing with Kobe. Because those things that Kyrie Irving became great at, all of the footwork and, the skill of basketball, LeBron can't help him with that stuff. LeBron can't, hey, come here, yeah, let me show you how your footwork's supposed to be. No, LeBron can't do that. LeBron is a transition player that runs a lot of high pick and roll in half court, and he work off a mismatch. That's his game. Very simple, but he's super athletic, and people struggle with it until he run up against a great team. And then that's when he lose. That's why he's 4-6. Because systems win championships. The greatest players, the best players in history were productive in a system. Those are the best guys. The Tim Duncans, the Kobe Bryants, the Michael Jordans, the Hakeem Olajuwons. Those guys that played in systems. The Steph Currys. Kevin Durant. You could grab Kevin Durant and drop him in any system. He's going to be nice. He don't have to sit up and play high pick and roll the entire game. He don't got to do that, But this is why Kyrie Irving left Cleveland. All of the finagling behind the scenes. But now y'all know the exact reason. Put your thoughts down in the comments. As always, if this is your first time here, make sure you sub to the channel. Check out the other content. Click that like button. And as always, y'all be easy. Be safe. Peace.